Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lumber. Matthew and I appreciate you tuning in. Today is the next part of our video of getting this receiver hitch mounted to the back of our 450. And the steps we got to do to get to that point. So come right back and we'll dive into it. I know it's not sawmilling, but it is related to our sawmill. So stay tuned. Okay guys, welcome back. Appreciate you watching today. You have to excuse the way I look. I am filthy. Been hard at it today. Been steam cleaning our new bed, which you know all about. Been grinding on this. We cut the frame out, ground all that down, got it ready to go. Now we're over here on our chassis and we've got to make this rear section. I've already cut this side off. Got to cut one more and then we'll be ready to test fit our receiver and see what else little tweaking we got to do to make it fit. It goes on with about a ½ inch of this frame extended through this side. So you got plenty of welding surface around the front, around the back. If you do a halfway decent job of welding, Lord, I'd hate to see what it took to tear it off. So it's hot and miserable. It's on a Saturday, but it's got to get done. Ain't nobody here to do it but me. So trying to keep hydrated. I can't put it in quick as it's running out, but thankful for the beautiful weather. We've had a lot of rain lately. I got a shed we could work in, but it's nice when it's not sloppy, you know. And we've had sloppy here lately with all the rain, which it's a blessing. You know, more rain you get, less fire problems you have. Some other parts of the country are not getting no rain and they're experiencing wildfires, so no complaints. The Lord knows when we need it and when we don't. So, got cut off wheel on my little Matabo grinder. He's pretty good for the money. You know, they're not overly powerful, but that one's lasted pretty good. I've went through a bunch of those small ones. So let me get set back up and we'll get this cut off and start fitting everything and stitching some weld on it. Be right back. Okay guys, we're back. Just as a quick explanation for you guys that may or may not know, you see people using a grinder to cut off things. What they're using is a cutoff wheel. Now here's the difference. This is 1/8 inch thick or a little less, where this is a 1/4 inch thick. This is a grinding wheel and you can cut off with it. It just takes a tremendous amount of effort because you're grinding a 1/4 inch groove through there versus this maybe just a hair bigger than 1/16. And we're gonna run that right down that weld and separate it. Now I can do this many different ways. I can do it with a saw. Wears out a lot of blades, quite expensive. I can do it with a torch. Torch does very excellent work, but it leaves a jagged edge that I gotta grind and finish, clean up. This leaves a good clean edge that all I gotta do is lightly grind it, bevel it a little bit, and it'll be ready to accept the weld. So let's go ahead and whack this off. I've cut the other side, so it's probably gonna fall off as we get to it. I'll probably try to cut down through here and leave the top weld until we're ready for it to drop off. Just that quick and easy. The little extra frame section is gone. Let me get over here out of the way. Now, as you can see, our cut here, it's not too bad. I tried to cut right against the frame, get rid of most of their weld. I'm gonna thumb through here and smooth that up a little bit with a grinder. Now I thought we was gonna have to stop. My cutting wheel was going away real quick, but we made it. Well, I ain't got enough to get a hold of to get it off, so give me just a second. I'll be right back. Gotta have a tool. Okay, I went and got a pair of vice grips. Oh, there you go. It was just snug enough. Couldn't get a grip, pull it off my hand. So we can throw that away. We got all the goodie out of it. Put our grinding wheel back on. Snug it up. Now let's do just a little work on these frame horns. Get them ready to go. Woo! Okay, enough of that nastiness. That's messy and hot. Let me stretch out our tripod here. Okay, out here in the sun, I don't know if you can see it, but that looks a lot better. I got the old weld cleaned up, cut it back to new metal, beveled both sides of it to accept the new weld. Now comes the hard part. Got to pick that thing up, bring it over here and put on it. But I'm gonna have to take a water break before I do that. And change the battery. Battery's about dead, so give me just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, welcome back. Sorry, I went ahead and I picked it up and muscled it on there and forgot to turn the camera on. It actually went pretty good. I had one ground strap that's over there in the way. Had a bolt sticking out. Had to take that off and slid right up there. Nothing a 10-pound sledgehammer wouldn't help. But it's gonna take some filling. But I had one casualty. Hit it a little too hard and it shook the brake light cover. So we'll get a new one of them. But that's not the end of the world. I'm happy with it. Looks good. Sunlight is fighting us. It's horrible right now. But that looks a whole lot better on the back of the truck. Get that burnt in. Mounting a wire. Probably gonna wire weld it. Get that burnt in, and this part, other than wiring it all in, will be done, because here's our cluster of tail lights, brake lights, trailer lights, all that. All that, that'll be a half a day's fun, getting all that to work, but that's a project for another day. I am burnt up, guys. I gotta take a break, getting too hot. I'm gonna go sit in the shade and drink of water. I'll be back, we'll get the welder out here, and I wish I could have a fan, but you can't wire weld with a fan. So we'll get the welder out here and we'll get set up. Sun's starting to go away. I'll get a little shade here shortly. So be right back. Okay guys, welcome back. Sit down for a 15-minute break. Had a customer come by, and hour and a half later, I'm back at it. I forgot I got started without you, but pretty boring to sit here and watch me weld for an hour or two. So I'll put a little bit of weld on here, and we're gonna wrap this video up because it's just more of the same thing. Me just sitting here melting wire. So this is not a welding channel. If you want to learn how to weld, there's plenty of good people out there. I've watched some of them to try to improve upon my skills, but I look at welding. If you can't tie a knot, tie a lot. If you can't weld good, weld more. Now I'm getting good penetration. I say that with jokingly, but you know, I'm doing the best I can. But I know people that can weld as good, you know, far as structurally, but as far as looks, 1,000% better. But I'm more concerned of a good structural weld that'll hold. I'll lay a couple beads in here. We'll do a root, a cap, and a couple covers. It takes a lot of wire, so let's get with it. Okay, that's a good clean root pass. I'm gonna come back and lay a bead that's mostly on this side, and then one that's mostly on that side, and then probably put a cap on top of that. Is it over welded? Probably, but it's my truck, and I'll put as much weld on as I want because I don't ever want to have to worry about it. So let me lay a couple more beads here. Okay, pretty hot. I'm running it about 32 amps, about 25 wire speed. Like I say, I'm putting it in hot because I want it to burn. We're doing 3/8 metal, and some of this here is 1/2 inch. You can really lay the heat to it, and heat's where you're gonna get your strength. Okay, pretty good. Now I'm gonna try to lay a slow cap on it. This is where your good welders earn their keep. They'll lay that last bead in there and it'll look like he spread it with a butter knife. I can't do that, but we're gonna lay one anyway. There you go, a big wide fat cap on it. It ain't the prettiest I've ever seen, but I pity the fool that takes it off, and I hope it's not me. It's in there. So we got it run here, down, and across, and I've pretty much finished this side. Now I got to go up underneath, and I got to get down here and go up, and I've got to come up this side. So there's a lot more welding to do, guys. I won't bore you with it. It just takes time. You can learn how to weld. Wire welding is a whole lot easier, I think, to learn than stick welding. I grew up stick welding, especially when you're trying to fill in some gaps. Wire welding has some advantages that stick welding don't. But don't be afraid to buy you a little buzz box and try it. Learn. You may be impressed. You may impress yourself with how good a skill you got it. My problem is being able to see it anymore. I've gotten older. My eyes is not as good as they used to be. Even with new glasses in a welding helmet, I have a hard time seeing the puddle. If you can't see the puddle real good, then you're never going to be able to make a beautiful weld. But like I say, don't let it scare you. Nowadays, you can get a little wire buzz box for a few $100. Give it a try. Now, you buy something like I got here, this Miller, you're going to spend a lot of money. I actually didn't spend any money on that, and I traded. Me and my cousin traded out a car years ago. He had it in his shop, and he runs a repair shop, and he didn't need a welder that big. He replaced it with a little bitty buzz box, because about all he ever did was weld somebody's muffler back on if they knocked it off. So good trade. I've enjoyed having it. Matthew's learned how to use it, but it's not a cheap welder. So as always, guys, we appreciate you watching. If you got any questions, comments, drop them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. I know it's not sawmilling, but this is part of what we do, working around the sawmill here. Try to save money. It's a whole lot easier to save money sometimes it is to make money. We wanted a little newer, nicer truck for the sawmill, and that's what we're making. And we're going to replace our old 88 F450. I enjoy the truck, but it serves a very little purpose, because I really don't like to, I wouldn't want to drive it 200 miles, okay? I'd rather have something that a little more modern, 7.3 diesel, automatic, gets decent fuel mileage, air conditioning, you know, and that's the only reason we're upgrading, and we're taking y'all along for the journey. I hope you're enjoying it. That's going to do it. As always, appreciate Matthew and Solomon doing our videos. I couldn't do what I do without them. I don't tell them often enough. I appreciate it. Big shout out to Mizer. If you need anything for them, contact Joe Maine. His information will be in the description. I don't have my hat on, but if you need a hat, beardedlumbernc.com. We got hats for sale. Got just a little bit of time left, and we got a live stream tonight, so I got to get cleaned up. We're going to do that. Hope to see you there. That's going to do it. We'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.